Hello everyone. In this section, we'll talk about two important forces in the dragon breath ribbon system, inertia and gravity. Alright, what does inertia mean? First, let's turn inertia off and look at the ribbon behavior. Let's see how it behaves without inertia. Okay, you can see that it still follows the motion, but when the object stops, the motion stops immediately. Especially here, it snaps directly to the last frame. There's no extra motion at all. This doesn't feel realistic. Alright, let me reset this. Now turn inertia on. Let's look again. Now you can see the object. After it stops, it keeps swinging back and forth due to inertia. Okay, this is the main effect of inertia. Now let's look at the inertia parameters. First is the swing amplitude. The smaller this value is, the subtler the motion becomes. Let's set it to 0.1. At 0, there's no inertia at all. With 0.1, there's a slight effect, but the force is very weak. Now let's increase it. Set it higher. Take a look. At this point, the inertia becomes much more noticeable. Alright, now let's look at the next two parameters. This one is stiffness. The higher the value, the more it behaves like a stiff wire, with sharper back and forth motion. For example, set it to 3. Okay, now solve it. You can see it feels much more rigid, like this, but too much stiffness looks unnatural. Lower values make it feel softer. And this one here is damping. The higher it is, the faster the motion stops. For example, set it to 5. Even though inertia is still active, it no longer swings back and forth, it slowly settles instead. If we reduce it further, for example, set it to 0, there's no damping, so it keeps swinging. It doesn't decay. Our default values are usually around 0.2 here, about 1 here, and roughly 1 here as well. These work well. With these settings, the motion feels natural. Alright, now let's look at gravity. For gravity, let's add a value of 5. You can clearly feel that the motion is being pulled downward by gravity. It's still subtle. So let's change the animation. We'll add some rotation, like this. While rotating, inertia is still working. Let's turn looping off. Now take a look. You can clearly see the object hanging downward more. It feels heavier. Let me reduce this value. For example, set it to 8 without gravity. Let's solve it. This is the result. Now enable gravity. And look again. The object drops downward more. And when it swings, the motion feels stronger and heavier. That's inertia and gravity. Thanks for watching.